first YouTube video. I think it's about time I'm ready to start with my channel. Hey, but it's easier for me to drive with my glasses on. Okay. So the reason why I am starting this channel is because I feel like I have a lot to tell, and with that I have a lot to motivate and inspire, and just with the experiences I've had in my life, I want to kind of share that with you guys, and hopefully it would make it easier, or at least be able to provide a different perspective on life and kind of how to get through things. So I'm going to do that through a few different avenues. I'm going to do that through just normal everyday testimonials, kind of what I do day in and day out with. It could be my gym routine, it could be my diet. I will be posting some meals that I eat or some recipes for you guys. So hopefully that'll give you some idea of kind of what I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm not saying that it's something that you guys have to do, because one thing I have learned through making this healthy lifestyle a priority for me is that it's different for everybody. It really truly is. You just have to find a way to adapt it for you and what's easiest for you. That's the greatest thing about what I've found with being healthy is, it's all about balance. And I can still eat my sweets, I can still eat, pizza, all that good stuff. And as long as you just maintain a balance with, incorporating your micronutrient, dense, filling fruits, vegetables, you can handle having all the good stuff. So I'll be doing that, and I will also be doing, I'm not very fluent in sign language right now. I've only just started working with a tutor, or what I like to say a mentor. He's not my mentor, his name is David. So if you hear me reference Dave or David at any point, he's my mentor. So he'll be teaching me. And so with that sign language, I will eventually be adding little ASL clips to my video recordings. So hopefully those those that are deaf will be able to see. So not only will they see my movements, but they'll be able to read, from me telling them through sign language, through signing, kind of what I'm doing. So I'll be doing that, and kind of like a fun thing that I would like to do is to do music video covers. So I will be signing covers of famous songs, and I listen to basically everything: country, rock, today's hits, pop, everything. So you'll get a huge mix from me. Okay, so that's kind of the reason why I want to start this. So let's see, a little bit about me. First off, my name's Kayla Martin. I have one sister. I was born in Streator, Illinois. I grew up in Long Point, Illinois. Very, very, very small town, 200 people, so that country living. I didn't grow up on a farm. I just grew up outside of town. My parents had a 5-acre yard, so a lot of places for me and my sister to roam. My sister's name is Sarah, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. My parents' names are Kim and Brian. Let's see, I went to Woodland School, and this one building had everything from pre-K up through high school. So that's where I was my entire, up through high school. Graduated in 2009, and then I went to IVCC, so Illinois Valley Community College over in Oglesby, for a year and a half. Got my associates, and then I hiked on over to DeKalb, to Northern Illinois University, where there is in December of 2012 where I got my bachelor's in accountancy. Fun fact, the day after graduation I started my job as an accountant for a truck dealership, CIT. Amazing company. I absolutely love it there from day one. I've had so much fun there. Managers, I couldn't have asked for better management. They help me, they support me, they teach me, they want me to grow. That's what I love about CIT. I have a huge family there. If anything is going on in my personal life, I can always rely on them. They always got my back. And, you know, vice versa. If anything ever happens to anybody else, we all do the same for them. I've been experiencing the corporate life as far as food and eating habits. So I've definitely, it's opened up my eyes to, I guess, how people's eating habits are in the workplace and kind of how it carries over into home a little bit. But we'll go into that later. So that's kind of where I am. I lived in DeKalb when I went to Northern, and then when I got the job, I lived at my parents' house for about 3 months, and then in March of 2013, I then bought my condo in Normal, which is only 7 minutes away from work, which is awesome, because I get an hour for lunch, and I can go home, you know, let the dog out, and do laundry, dishes, whatever I feel like doing. So it's definitely very, very, very convenient, and it's definitely grown on me living in home, or in town. Alright, what else? So yeah, I've been there since, I've been at CIT since December 2012, been in Normal since March of 2013, and I've made tons of friends. Coworkers are great, like I've mentioned before. So great that I participate in volleyball and softball leagues outside of work with my coworkers, which is always really good to say, you know, about the place that you work, because you don't want to be miserable where you work. You don't. You know, that's never fun. My mom actually has mentioned before that she's actually jealous of how much I enjoy going to work, because she never felt that way. And that's definitely something that you really should aim for when you're looking for a job. It is the Monday through Friday 8 to 5 kind of montage thing, so it's definitely, it took a lot for me to get used to. It's definitely what I wanted, because in college I worked 3+ jobs at one time while going to school full time, so my schedule was just completely all over the place. Finding consistent times to work out was pretty much impossible, because working at Chipotle, you never knew what those hours were going to be, and then doing everything else I did, yeah, it just didn't work out. But since being in Normal, it took me a few months, but I've finally had a chance to get a routine together. And when I say get a routine together, I mean in regards to the gym. In early 2013, I began training with my cousin for a half marathon, and we ran that. I don't know why we picked this date. It was one of the most awful dates to do a half marathon. It was the end of July. It was a 6 p.m. run, because it was some sort of evening sundown themed run. So Hoffman Estates, middle of July, 6 p.m., humid Illinois weather, awful. The run was good. I completed it. Time was, I think, 2 hours and 10 minutes. So it was good. It was definitely an experience. Let's see. And then kind of ever since, so the rest of that year, I did get my very first gym membership. I got that at Gold Express. And let's see, I was there for a year. So I got that probably around April-ish. So it kind of helped me with the training. So I got that in April. And then it was just, you know, I was a casual goer. I tried, you know, going to the gym more frequently here and there, but it was a pretty, like, infrequent occurrence, me going to the gym during 2013. And, let's see. So then, my moment, or my, you know, eye-opener event that occurred for me that I kind of signify as my turning point in my fitness history was the very last weekend in September of 2013. There was, I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail, but basically after that event, I was like, I need to stop. You know, that this can't keep going on. I need to change. You know, I don't want to keep repeating this over and over and over again. It has to stop. So in October 2013 is when I began my focusing on me, focusing on my health, focusing on, you know, my longevity. And so then I began creating goals for myself. So each month I would create goals. Like, for instance, it could be anything from make sure I have at least one green side per meal, or per one meal per day. I have at least one green side. So starting out small, very, very, very small. And then another goal for that month. So that could have been my nutrition goal. And then my fitness, or like my working out goal, gym goal, could have been do cardio at least twice a week, or make it to the gym 3 days a week. You know, like I said, again, starting very, very, very small, because that's, you know, changing up your lifestyle from what it is to what you want is a huge process, and it's very, very, very difficult. So yeah, just doing very small, minor changes like that. So I began that, and then carried over into 2014. So January 2014 is when I decided I want to be a vegetarian and no carbs. Again, this was before I became very educated on nutrition. So during the first 9 months of 2014, I focused on cardio, running, no lifting. I was beginning to teach myself lifting, so I did what I knew. I ran on the treadmill, I ran outside, you know, it was easy, and, you know, I saw the results, obviously, because I wasn't eating anything, no meat, no carbs, like I said, so it was just zilch on food, and then a whole bunch of cardio. So the result of that, I dropped weight very, very, very quickly, and I liked it, you know. Obviously, I was looking skinny, I was feeling good, my energy level in the gym was nowhere, but I didn't care at the time. I really didn't, because I looked skinny. And but during this time, I got exposed, or introduced, I should say, to Instagram. And through Instagram, I started looking at posts of females that I found attractive, that I thought looked healthy, looked really good. And so I kind of looked into their profiles and was like, how do I get like that? How do I train to become like that? And all the girls that I was looking at were very, very, very fit, very muscular, and they all said basically generally the same thing: is you have to eat, you have to, you know, lift weights. So some cardio, but mostly focus on the weights, focus on the nutrition, get food into your diet. And so I was like, all right, you know, let me try to change this up. And so then I saw the whole IFYM, or if it fits your macros kind of thing going on. So I was like, okay, I can do this. And so then it was like, boom, like that overnight. I just immediately went from going from no carbs, no meat, no anything, to what I imagined was IFYM. So I brought meat back into my diet, I brought carbs back into my diet, I did what I thought was IFYM, and I was basically eating anything and everything that I wanted to, because, hey, Instagram says Pop-Tarts are good, Instagram says donuts are good. So I was eating donuts and brownies and Pop-Tarts like at 10 o'clock at night, because I thought it was good. And I thought I could do it, you know, wake up, make gains, yeah, but very, very, very quickly, it did not take long, did I just pack on the pounds. I got very, very chubby, yeah, because if you can imagine going from about 800 calories a day, about 1,000 estimating, to
Dad, what's with your turn signal?
To roughly, you know, 3,000, 4,000 calories a day. That makes an impact. And I got very depressed. I got very upset. I didn't know why that happened. And obviously my clothes went from being very fit, very, you know, slim, to not very attractive whatsoever. And yeah, I got depressed. Very, very easy to say that. but during 2014, I was following one account in particular, one Instagram account, and she was through Ledbetter, and I studied them, I researched them, I followed them, and then I ended up hiring a coach from Ledbetter. Her name's Emily, and she saved me. She did. She was very wise. She gave excellent information. I can't thank her enough for her pulling me out of the rut that I was in and giving me the information that I needed. I was supposed to turn there. Oops. Yeah, I can't thank her enough for doing that. So I had her for quite a while, for a year, and then during this year we were training, or I was training for a bikini competition. Trying to go this way. Okay. I was training for a bikini competition. I was on a 24-week prep, and I mean, as I'm sure you've already noticed, my finger is kind of busted.
Baking powder, bakeware, basically all things baking, bleach, beverages, bars of cheese, bars of soap, bars of granola, bars.
Sorry,
Okay,
you turning. Can't get distracted.
Walgreens at the corner.
Long story short, in May, I was playing a softball game for my CIT team, and I was playing second base. Line drive came in, hit me, and busted my finger. See that? Gorgeous, right? No.
My grandmother would go through it every month.
I'm still very much getting used to it.
In person.
Yeah.
Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however,
well, anyways, that
that
game happened 2 days before my competition prep started. Awesome, right? So the first probably 2 to 3 months of my competition prep was very different because I had to go through therapy, I had to relearn how to use my hand, I had to do all that stuff. Not enjoyable. That was my first broken bone. First time ever going through therapy. It was an experience. It taught me a lot. It definitely taught me everything happens for a reason. And I had to keep telling myself that. I had to just pull myself out, and then I just did little things here and there to kind of boost my mood. I would go on walks down the country back roads with my mom, keep her active, keep me active. It worked. And then when I got back into town, or not back into town, back from home after my break, because I kind of stayed at my parents' house for a while. Here. Okay. Okay. So after I got back into town, I, slowly went to the gym, got back into training, and just kind of went from there. And then during the summer, it just became too much. The whole cutting calories. I mean, I did it with the counting my macros. I did, and that worked out really well for me. So I went from eating, I think I had maxed out at 2,400 calories at the end of my bulk. Because the first 6 months I had with Emily, it was my reverse diet, my bulk, basically. And then so the last 6 months was supposed to be my prep, and then probably the first 3 months of that, like I said, I was injured. Yay. And then towards the end of the summer, the low calories got to me. So by the time I got down to about 1,400 calories. My mood was changing at work. I wasn't able to effectively do my job because I was just so focused on training, so focused on the calories, and I got kind of messed up a little bit, messed up in a way that I fell into a deep depression, that the deepest depression I've ever been in, and I had absolutely no idea why I was thinking those thoughts. There's a lot of things that went through my mind. Probably July all of July, August, and beginning of September of 2015. Yes, 2015. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff. I mean, I don't really want to go much into detail with everything that I was thinking, but I basically got to the point where I was like, I want to quit my job. I'm not happy here. I want to go back to school because accounting isn't what I want to do. I want to quit this competition. It was too much for me. So I did one of those things. I quit my competition. I talked to my coach. I was like, this is too much for me. I can't do this. This isn't right. I shouldn't be competing and training if this is how I feel. I should do it because I want to do it, not because I feel like I have to do it. So I quit that. I still had my coach, and so she was still doing my weekly check-ins. I did not quit my job, but I did have a talk with my manager, and I told him that I was considering going back to school, which I never did, thank goodness. I'm still here. I'm still at CIT. I'm still here. So that didn't change. But that was just a really weird time for me. Really, really weird. And then I met a boy. Very, very nice guy. One of the nicest men I've ever met. He moved in with me. We went to the gym a lot together. He was, like I said, he's a good guy. He is a good guy. And in March, it was a Friday night. He went to work. He worked third shift. His dog attacked me, and it was very traumatic. I've never been attacked by a dog. I love dogs. I have a German Shepherd of my own. I absolutely love dogs, but he has a husky. I can't look at huskies the same way anymore. When I see one, I can't describe this feeling that I get. It's just, it's very, I don't want to say it's terrifying, but I get this very scared feeling, and I just want to run away, and I don't want to be anywhere near a husky. And it's only huskies. It's only that breed that makes me feel that way. But I mean, as you can see from my hand, that scar, yeah. So the dog bit me, it got infected, they had to go in, they had to clean out everything, hence the long line on my knuckles, because these 3 fingers got completely swollen to the point that I couldn't even bend my hand. So again, I had to go through therapy, I had emergency surgery. Oh, little tidbit, I woke up in the hospital and it was my birthday. Yeah, March 21st. What a good birthday. Thankfully, though, my lovely, lovely, lovely sister was on spring break at the time, and she spent that entire week with me. So that entire first week after the injury, she spent it with me. She helped me. She's awesome. She is actually a DePaul graduate, Master's in Nursing, just this year. Congratulations, Sarah. I love you. She's starting work in Peoria. She's very excited about it. She's working third shift. All I gotta do is laugh at that. But yeah, she was very helpful. So anyways, again, I had to go through therapy, and I had to take a break from working out, and it killed me. Again, it sucked, because it's like any single time I get up, back into the swing of things, back into working out, it comes crashing down again. Not to mention I had surgery in December, I had surgery in February, and then I had this surgery in March, and so counting all those, 4 surgeries in less than a year. 3 of which were on my right hand. Yay me. Okay. Well, anyways, at this point in my life right now, me and the boy were not together. I mean, we broke up for reasons other than the dog, but the dog bite and the circumstances that happened after the dog bite are reasons why we're not together right now. Things happen, move on. But like I said, he was a very nice guy. Just not for me. So ladies, if you need a man, he's there for ya. So then here I am, making YouTube videos. I got a tutor. I'm learning sign language. Doing new stuff. So this whole focusing on me is very, very new. I've done a lot of reconnecting with friends. I've gone to a few concerts this year. I've been skydiving. I've I've done a lot, and it's a good feeling focusing on me and what's important for me, because a lot of people lose sight of that. I especially, when I'm dating someone, I especially lose sight of what's important for me, and that's not something that should be overlooked by anybody. So I guess that's how I want to wrap up this video, is, you know, do what's best for you. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. It really is. It's, you know, even if you have kids, even if you have a husband, you know, take time for yourself. Take time out of your day. The loved ones will understand. Your loved ones will want you to do that. Will want you to be happy and do the things that you enjoy. Yeah. So that's where I'll end off. I will talk to you guys later.